Music Radio, WLS.
To be with you, Rush Limbaugh, the EIB Network, and...
Good morning, everybody. Hello, friends. Welcome to the show.
What's up, beer drinkers? We got another great show for you again this week.
Here's Dan Hampton and Ed O'Brien.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson, and you're listening to...
All right, you know why we're here. So if you got any doubts or reservations, now's the time to say so. No one will think any less of you. Because once you enter this family, there's no getting out.
This is where this gets difficult.
Nope. What kind of hotel is this?
How you doing?
With a tear in my eye.
I am coming.
Beat your way.
Frost has walnuts.
We're doing live. I am the voice of the voiceless.
Party foul.
See you next Tuesday.
Oh, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're here. It's the Lingus Mafia podcast. It's fucking nightmares continuing. Oh, boy. You know what? For when it to happen, Faust, it's the right time for it to have happened because there's stuff to discuss then. Because if I sound any different, which I'm sure I do, because I pride myself on beautiful sound and good equipment. None of this bullshit. Nobody talking into a laptop like a fucking asshole. None of this. I like to do it right. But there is no power again, and welcome to the fucking woods. By the way, I'm Cab Manning. He's Fausty Walnuts.
What do you hear? What do you say?
That's Gregorio.
Buonasera.
Patreon.com/Lingus Mafia. Get all this bad quality all the time, on time. Over there. Thank you. What's great is we just finished the WrestleLingus show, though.
Yeah,
and got that shit fucking that helped us and we nailed that. So as soon as we finished it is when the fucking power went out. And I wrote down the timestamps of the first fucking show, Faust, and it was loading the other show when that's what happened. So I'm like, you got to get timestamps for that show, but that's about it. So we were told a week in advance. I guess they're doing maintenance over here, so you're not as pissed like it's the fucking surprise.
Right.
But hillbilly, there is a thing where they call it a CPT, colored people time. There is hillbilly people time, Faust, and it is.
Is that HBT?
Yeah, well, our opening and closing time, it's kind of a fucking thought, maybe, but it's not to abide by.
Like when the cable guy is going to show up for his appointment.
It really is. They go, yeah, this is just a thought possibly of when. So they send us something the week prior, and it says on this date, and it's going to be between 8 and 9. So I'm like, okay, I jumped on the treadmill, I'm like, finish right at fucking, 8 so it doesn't go jolting forward and fall off it. And I'm like, nothing happens. Fucking hour later, the wife's like, this is fucking bullshit. What the fuck? And I go, maybe they didn't have to after all. Who the fuck
Just
knows?
go out and get over with.
Yeah, and so at about 9:15, 9:30, the lights go out then for multiple hours. And I'm like, so I messaged Fausti and I'm like, if this is still fucking dead by noon, I'm out of here. I got to go to the Bay Area anyway. And I'll fucking pull over to do a fucking show with you when you're able or whatever. And I'm like, because at this point, why just be at the house anyway? Who cares? Right. I don't need the equipment. And so then, of course, the power came on shortly after I told you that shit too. And I'm like, well, it's back. So he hurried up home. And I was like, let's hurry up in case. And on that letter also said between 4 and 5, the power would be out. So only an hour each time. Well, it's fucking 2:00 it went out again. So they're just whenever the fuck. They don't give a fuck. These assholes. I'm just like, I hate it. I fucking hate every goddamn minute. So now this is what we're fucking stuck with here, and the power went out. So, and of course, the phone signal's pretty bad in the house, I guess, without the Wi-Fi. So I had to run outside. I'm in the fucking van again, and that's what I fucking do when this happens, because apparently now there's signal because I'm outside.
Yeah, the audio quality's better. The video's not choppy.
It's unfucking real. So that's what we're doing. So from getting fucked at the Niner game to getting fucked at home, it's all round robin. It's a round robin. I should have been loyal to my soil here, Faust, instead, but
stayed home.
God, holy shit! You know what? I told the wife. I said, "It's a very nice gift. It was a fortune. It was a fortune." And I'm like, "It's very hard to go anywhere from here. It's a fucking journey. It's not a trip. It's a fucking journey." When you go places, when you tell the story, you have to say once upon a time. It's that fucking far. God damn, in a bay very far, far away.
So what time do you leave?
Oh, I left just before 9. Just before 9. We drive to Dublin, drop off the car, jump in the car with her friends, then drive down to the bay. Park on fucking like near it, and you walk 20 minutes, which is fine. I'm fine with all that.
You
No
get your
pay
daily
for
walk
parking,
in, right?
park. Oh yeah, I was like, great. I go take a walk. I'm like 20, please. So go walk there, and a lot of Bears fans, and people going, so what do you think today or something? And I go, fuck. The only reason I have hope is because there's so many fucking injuries on the other side. They go, yeah, that's a weak figure too. The Niner fans were telling me that. I'm like, yeah, that's my only fucking chance, and I'm happy to have one. So I go out a new coach bump. Who knows? And so you get there, and it's fucking wild because her boss is the one who went with us, and one of her best friends is the wife. I would never suspect in a million years that this is a guy who hoots and hollers, like lets you know about it when your team is losing. Oh. Never in a million years would I expect it. And so that makes a game a blast as well, where you're like, I don't hate the 49ers for one. You want my team to win, sure. Right. But if it was the Packers, there might have been a fist fight. So, it's a big fucking difference. It's a very big difference where I'm like, it's the Niners. I root for them in the fucking other side. That's my other fucking town, right? So I don't mind. And I love a Kittle, as you well know. So he gets the biggest ovation. He come out. I'll tell you that, over everybody by far. So it was like, and of course, it doesn't help that it's 2 seconds into the game they fucking score a touchdown, and I'm just like,
march right down. I'm like, damn, that easy.
I have that
all year.
I have that feeling. You didn't play the Bears all season.
Yeah, that's true.
I was like, you get that feeling where and you're like, oh, I know by the opening that this is fucking done. Like, your team. You're like, and I know you're on the other foot. You're like, it's early. I've seen the other way too many times.
It's not the second half yet.
Yeah, and I go,
I remember the Rams
Bears
game.
Second half team. Yeah. I go, Bears a second half team, but it's too young to be able to fucking do something to this team. So I go right away, out again, Niners back in. And I would tell people, because, people are talking next to me and stuff. And there's one guy sitting in front of me that annoyed me, because he turns to me and, like, where that ball was tipped in the air and the Niners still caught it, and like the Bears converged on it, but Niners caught it still. He goes, if that's any other team other than the Bears that's intercepted. And I'm like, I get it. The Bears are the assholes, but I go, well, the defense isn't usually the assholes, and usually that would be an interception because of the Bears, not because of them. And I'm like, yeah. And then, like, they score, and a guy turns to me and goes like this, like I'm crying or something. And I just go, and what are you going to do? I'm in the wrong place. I go, okay, but I'm just like, yeah. And the guy, where I know people don't know football for fucking shit, and I know when people are spoiled, is Kyle calls a fucking challenge or a timeout where we were all like, why? And at the same time, I go,
was it the spot?
It might, yes. Where I go, I don't know why you would bother. You're just going to push forward. Than that. Why, there's no, you're not going to be hurt, really. I just push it forward. And the guy turns to me and he goes, I trade you, Kyle, for a first round pick. And I go, I'll give you multiple. I'm like, you don't know what you have. You don't know. I'm like, I give you multiple ones and others as well for future. Fine. No problem. I'd like you to be the GM. So, that kind of shit, when you hear that, you go, okay. But it's like a beating the fucking entire fucking game, and it's just, I was like, boy, if we probably weren't with people who were Niner fans to watch, I would have said, you ready to go? It was like,
oh man,
it would have been by the third, and by the end of the third, I would have said that's enough, because I'm gonna, even if it's a killing, I'm not leaving at halftime. It was a fortune for the tickets. I will sit and get beaten for the money. But I was like, when the fourth starts, you're like, this is enough, and we stayed to the horn, so it was like, all right, well, fucking stay here and get fucking, beaten down, okay, whatever. But that was fucking ugly. And now, like, when it comes to betting with them, I did that Billy show. I did my own 6-pack thing today where I recorded stuff. I said, it's almost like the season started over with new people. You don't know how to bet on them, because obviously Flus was, the only thing good with him was the defense. He left and they scored every goddamn time they had the ball. Instead, what Flus was good at was red zone. No one would ever get a touchdown. It was always a field goal. He would buckle down. And I go, this guy, fucking nothing.
I think it was the only time the Niners didn't get a touchdown was the holding
penalty.
Yeah, on Pearsall.
And I had to get a field goal.
Pulled back, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God. And so I go, man. And then new head coach, if you want to call it that, he's the coordinator. So then it's a problem to be able to fucking, he's on the field. He used to be in the booth. So now he's got to try to call plays from the floor, which is a different fucking world. And I'm like, but when I'm seeing shit and I'm a couch man, I fucking see shit where it was the second play, because the first one was a quick out, right? And it was the second play. And I went, Kittle's wide fucking open, shooting across. Look at this. And he fucking throws a bomb to, I'm just like, how is nobody fucking covered? By the way, the lights just went back on. Nice. But we'll finish here for a little while. Yeah. Until everything's back up anyway. So I'm like, what the fuck? Nobody decided to fucking cover him. I would almost be like, if you're gonna do zone plus one man-to-man. Just follow this motherfucker. And fuck, it was half the fucking problem. So I'm just like, oh fuck. It's
crazy how he got 151 yards and no touchdowns.
Yeah, no touchdowns. So fuck you. It's like, Jesus Christ. And then it's 2 yards to 250 or something at the half. And I'm like, I go, wait a minute. They got a first fucking down. And then I go, oh, they're taking the sacks.
The sacks, yeah.
It's that whole thing where they try to make it look worse than it really is, but it's bad.
Did you see
went crazy.
Spice Adams' post after the game where
I didn't, and I was hoping to see his.
He's out, it's usually, post-game reaction, right? So he's outside and he's got the camera on himself, right? And it points down to the ground and he takes like 4 steps and he goes, you're telling me that's all we did in the first half? And a lot of people in the comments were like, hey, well, at least, you play for the Niners too, whatever. But
yeah, drafted by the Niners. That's it. But it's, you hear everybody going crazy. They go, this is the worst they've ever done, like in their history or some shit, right? And they go, we've never seen this before. And I hear the radio goes, no. You've seen this before this year. What are you talking about? And then we're like, this happened in the first half of the Lions game. This is exactly what the fuck happened. And they said, this isn't the worst loss of the year either. They go, the fucking, you lost to the Patriots. And got beat up by the fucking Patriots. So I'm like,
and this not even your worst.
The worst.
Not the worst loss of the Niners either. I was there when it was 41-0. back in the 90s, but
you know what's funny is they show those clips while you're there of when they played the team and beat the shit out of them last.
Right.
So like, I go, this isn't the Owens dropping the ball, is it? Where it fucking went to the end zone? No, I'm trying to see that one. No, okay. So yeah, that's it was.
Do they still play Stone Cold's music when Kittle has a big play?
A big play. Well, maybe it's because all he did was big plays, so I wouldn't know otherwise. There was no 3-yard catch, so I wouldn't know. It's every fucking play. Stone Cold Kittle comes under the fucking screen, and his Zero Miro.
Throw the Bears some love. That Odunze touchdown, fucking beautiful.
With the double tap on the fucking
in the corner.
Yeah,
Jesus.
He was the only one. The other guys, you know how many fucking DJ dropped the fucking ball. Komet drops the 2-point conversion. I go, where would you like the ball to hit you, sir? I'm like, what the fuck?
We needed some more yards from Keenan Allen too.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's another thing. The guy in front of me, and if you don't know somebody, I wouldn't say certain things to people, but I don't know. Maybe people think they could walk on me or something, or say shit about your team like you're going to be offended.
Right.
You know, because maybe there's some crazy people. How dare you say about my team, which is weird. But he goes, he goes, I hope Keenan Allen breaks his ankle.
What?
Oh.
And I'm like, I go, well, he's a rental. I'm not going to have him for long. It's because, and I knew why. Fantasy.
Oh,
he's playing a guy who has him in fantasy, and I go, "Oh, you're gay fantasy. I understand." I'm just like,
say it's not like
fucking
play for the Rams or something.
I know. They were like, "What do you care about the Bears?" You know, I'm like, "What?" So I was really I wanted Keenan Allen to get fucking all the touchdowns and go, "Well, they lost, but fuck you."
Yeah.
Like, but I got you at least, so fuck off. But yeah, saw one of my old co-workers there. He came up to fucking meet me where I was, and he's like, "This fucking shit." I'm like, I know. You know, and I think I have fucking swayed on when it comes to getting coaches, who to get, right? Because I know Ben Johnson's, of course, first. And at the same time, I'm not crazy about it because I don't know. He's never fucking been a head coach. You get all the great coordinators in the world. Maybe they're shit as a head coach. So what the fuck is that going to do? So I'm not like, all the problems are over. You know, one of those. I kind of want someone who's done it before because the Bears like to get people who haven't. So when I asked Baby Jonathan, give me your top 5. And it was a very non-realistic top 5. But I get where he was coming from about trade for people. No, it wasn't even him because I don't want him either. It's too old. He wouldn't be there for a fucking long time. So I'm like, that's fine. But it's Shanahan, of course. It's McVay. It's Harbaugh, Baltimore. And it's Ben Johnson. And I said, okay, well, one is only halfway realistic is because of Ben Johnson would probably get a job. And yeah. And I go, I thought you didn't like McVay, though, because he says, I've seen him with quarterbacks a little bit. And I said, I worry that he sucked with golf or golf sucked. I go, all of a sudden he leaves and he goes, went to the Super Bowl. And I go, Rex Grossman went to the fucking Super Bowl. I don't, you know, and he was still, you went to the Super Bowl not because of him, but in spite of him. So I'm like, I don't know, but he's a young guy. He'll be good with a quarter. I would assume he'd be fine with Caleb. I don't think Caleb's a fucking issue. So I'm like, that I could do that trade. And then I said, you know, I think it's going to be, and he agreed with me and he goes, yeah, and I'm not happy about it. I think it's going to be Kingsbury. I am not fully against it. Done it before, offensive coordinator. I want the coach to call the plays because I don't want someone to be good and leave.
Right.
So I want the same guy to call it. What was Cliff Kingsbury's problem in Arizona? I don't even recall what was the issue other than they lost.
Couldn't win? No, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, Uberflus, I see the fucking bad calls and, you know, it's all that.
Yeah.
But
he's the reason they drafted Kyler, right? Didn't he coach?
And got rid of fucking... But then Kyler hated him, no, eventually?
I don't know.
Didn't they have
all I
issue?
remember was the Niners had sucked that year, and it was like, well, who we drafting? And then it was like, once Kingsbury went there, it was like, oh, they're drafting Murray. Now the Niners, because Bosa should have went first.
Bosa.
I remember, but then Bosa slipped to second because they wanted Murray instead.
So I think he was just really bad at time management and just unlucky with some shit. Like Kyler got hurt, I think, one time, and so he just had bad luck.
I'm like, I remember the Cocaine Palace, which was fun.
I was gonna say that's the only thing I think about is the COVID draft.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh, he had one of those porn houses.
It was all white. Everything was white. The fire was on. It was fucking weird. It was like, what? A glass house?
And you had Belichick's dog. That's the only thing I remember from that draft.
Yes. Yeah. God. I saw when it was Kingsbury interviewed with the Bears as offensive coordinator, and they just interviewed him. And I don't know if it was to ask about Caleb and had no interest in it of him, or if they were really trying to get him, but they passed on him regardless and got Waldron. Great. So part of me thinks that he'd be like, fuck them. I'm not going there, even if asked now. But the head coaching job, what are you going to fucking say no? And you always think you're going to be the guy to fix it, too. You go, I'll be a fucking hero over there. One that I've always been against.
Captain Save-A-Ho.
There you go. One I have always been against, and I'm actually coming around to it, which is frightening that I'm coming around to it, is Mike McCarthy. I have started to fucking lean there and not have. I know it. I'm like, okay. I'm trying to see what was the fucking issues, right? What's his fucking problem? I go, Dallas is a problem because it's fucking Dallas. But then again, Chicago is Dallas.
Right.
I go, if anybody fit in the city of Chicago, it is Mike McCarthy. It is a fat guy whose father was a cop in Pittsburgh who owned a fucking tavern. That is Chicago screaming Chicago.
Yeah. Plus a nice chance to fuck the Packers.
Yes, it is a very nice chance to fuck them. And the man has won a Super Bowl with a fucking capable quarterback, which is now a capable quarterback. So I'm like, but I remember always saying, like, without Rodgers there, he sucked. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to, it's a very long time, and I'm like, but I don't know if I would be fucking angry about it. And I'm like, whatever they do will be wrong anyway. But, yeah, I'm so curious to see how the fuck this turns out, to see who they get. I don't want Vrabel only because he's not an offensive coach. I don't want a defensive fucking coach in there. But then at the same time, they better fucking hire a good defensive guy because what the fuck I'm watching out there? Nobody's doing shit. God. On to other things real quickly before we jump over to the other side. We have Rob's segment as well.
Yeah.
I'm a mark. I am an idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. Like fucking Boogie Nights. I'm a fucking idiot. Because
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
There you go.
Hi, Mark.
Seymour Phillips Hoffman. So Seaman Phillip. We're looking for documentaries. We're looking for documentaries, right? And I think we're on Prime. By the way, I saw the Christopher Reeve documentary, which there's a lot of onions being cut in the house during that.
Yeah, I watched it.
It's rough. Oh, it's rough. It's rough.
How about the new Robert Ramirez one on Peacock? Is that a new one or is that?
Richard Ramirez.
Richard Ramirez.
Robert? Yeah. I don't know him.
Yeah, me neither.
Is that Bill Ramirez's house?
Bob Ramirez.
Oh, Dick Ramirez. Dick Ramirez. So there's something called Horror in the High Desert, I believe it's called. Horror in the High Desert. And I said, this look okay to me. And it says guy goes missing while looking at this documentary. Guy goes missing while he goes hiking a lot. So they're interviewing his sister. They're interviewing his roommate. They're showing pictures of him. He said, watch my dog, but the roommate's going out of town. The roommate's aggravated, like, fuck, he's not back yet. The sister's aggravated because he didn't ask, where's he going? I go, we're guys. You're going to fucking ask, who cares? Oh, he's not back yet, whatever. And so she's aggravated at him, so you're starting to think he did some shit. They show the fucking There's an investigator in the thing, a private investigator. They find his truck, but it's miles from anywhere. He would do a daily blog of his hikes, and the guy's got a fucking lisp, a speech impediment. He does he talks some retarded-ish. And like he says Ryan instead of Ryan, shit like that. That W thing. There you go. And so he's like, he was getting hounded on. He said he went out and he hiked over these fucking mountains forever. 3 days into the fucking hike, and it's in Arizona. 3 days in, it takes you to get there. And he goes, and there's a clearing in the fucking woods with only a little fucking cabin. And he goes, I saw smoke coming out of it. It's a decrepit old thing in the middle of fucking nothing. He goes, I don't have my camera. And this is what he tells on the blog. And so everybody starts giving him shit. Bullshit. You make it up. There's nothing in here. And he's like, so he's getting bullied. So he goes, I'm going to go do it again. And he goes, and this is when he's gone. However, his camera and his hand are found at a campsite in his backpack at the people's campsite on a fucking shovel. Like someone brought it there, hung it there. His hand is on the camera still. And they go, and we have the fucking memory card. So now they're showing us this. And I'm watching it. And we go, this is fucking like he gets to the fucking place. It's night. Mm-hmm. He's got a fucking, it's not thermal, but night vision.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm over here now. And then you're hearing the weirdest, like there's a TV playing, but it's like, it's almost like the Tiny Tim Tiptoe and the Tulips fucking music is playing loud in the middle of fucking nothing. And you're like, this is the fucking creepiest shit in the fucking world. And there's the house, and he shows the house, and you're like, what the fuck? And they interviewing the sister where they said the police took me into the room to show me the tape. And she goes, they start playing. I have to leave. I didn't watch it. So the investigator goes, I watched it. I had to stay there and see what it was. And they're showing now the fucking film, and he's showing the fucking house. And I'm like, this is scary as fucking shit. And I'm watching this with one eye at this fucking point. And I go, I'm watching it, and it's on the screen, and I don't want to look like I'm fucking terrified with the wife sitting there going, I don't want to fucking see this. And so I start to, because I'm waiting for something to jump out at this fucking point. So I look off to the side. I look at a clock on the wall, and I go,
watch one of the other TVs.
I watch something else, and I just see shit moving around. I'm not looking. I look at the side. She goes, oh, fuck. And I go, what happened? She goes, you didn't see it? I go, no, I must have missed it.
I blinked.
I go, I don't, what are you talking about? I go, did a face come into the window that was right there? She rewinds it. There was a guy standing in the fucking bushes in front of that house the entire time the guy was filming, and you didn't see it until he fucking stood up.
Oh.
And I go, motherfucker. And I go, oh, shit. So, we're fucking, and I go, this is insane what's fucking going on here. And I'm like, we're going to see what the fuck happens to him. All of a sudden, now, he's filming the guy, because the guy has now come out to find him, because he's who's on my property shit. But the guy looks fucking deformed. And I go, hey, the guy who wants to live in a wilderness because he's fucking retarded looking, right? I don't know. What the fuck is he out here for? And so he's filming him from the side. And I go, what the fuck? And then, of course, we get the guy ducks down somewhere. And so this camera has to go around. And the last thing you see, the camera turns, and it's the guy with a fucking machete fucking going after him. We go, there's no fuck. What the fuck? We look. It's a fucking horror movie. Son of a bitch. It wasn't a documentary. I said, we watched this. The whole thing was fucking real until we go, it
Blair
looked like
Witch.
Leatherface was in the house. I go,
yeah.
It was very Blair Witchy. And if you have a chance to watch, it's a good horror movie. But it's like, what the fuck? We literally turned it off. I think there was 2 minutes left in the fucking thing. She goes, fuck it. Dude, I go, we sat through the whole thing. What the fuck
What's
are
it
you
called?
doing?
She can walk out.
Horror in the High Desert.
Mm.
Yeah. So, and then when I looked, because she goes, "This has got to be fake," and I go, "I'm gonna look this up." So I'm looking it up while it's on, and then I see Horror in the High with fucking 2, and I go, "Motherfucker, shit." I said, "What was the name of that movie that I had you guys watch before?" And Rob yelled at me and said how stupid it was. Remember that? It was another one that I thought was a fucking documentary, and I got sucked in, and it wasn't a fucking documentary.
Oh, I never saw it, but I remember.
Oh yeah, Horror in the High Desert, 2021. This came out. I see the trailer.
I said,
Outdoor
"Motherfucker,
enthusiast went missing in northern Nevada. He was never located.
Nevada. It's something to fucking. I mean, fuck. They did it well because it's a documentary.
Part 3.
You're like,
right?
You see,
part 3.
The guy's in the fucking out, but the music, and I go, what the fuck? Because I said, how have we never heard this before? That the guy's hand is on the camcorder chopped off, which is perfect for, you come to do this. This is what I'm going to do to you. I was like, man, what a fucking wild shit. So yeah, I encourage everybody, have a look. I think it is Amazon. You can watch that on. But yeah, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. Faust, you want to play Rob's thing before we go over to the other side?
Yeah.
Okay, Rob is with his minute again. He actually said, he goes, "Can you put this music with it from now on?" And I say, on the next one we will, because I put these all together on Monday. And so I'm like, it's a lot of fucking time to chop up in this. Said, on the next one we will. But the music he wants is perfect. It's that E.T. video music.
Oh, nice.
Remember that? The fucking British swing or whatever the fuck that was.
Song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The one with the he uses for the
that's perfect. Yeah, so that'll be his music going forward after this.
Okay, I forget if this works or not. I think this works. Okay, so let me know if you can't hear it. I'm gonna hit play right now.
All right. There we go.
Yo, Rob, Jeremy here with my minute. I'm going to share with you some of my memorable breakups and times I've been dumped. If you have similar experiences, please share them with me. If you want to email, go ahead and do that. But Cav, Fausti, and Greg, if you guys can recall a time dumping someone or
that's as high as I can turn it.
I'd like to hear it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So my first breakup happened in 8th grade that I recall breaking up with a girl. Her name was Dora. She was the toast of the school. All the guys were jealous, or not jealous, but like, oh my God, I can't believe you're with her. But I was, and kind of paraded her around a little bit. But then it just got to be too much for me because it was like constant fucking clingy. Always, I couldn't do nothing without her. And at the time in 8th grade, I'm like all about playing fucking basketball and football, and like she was taking up all my time. So one day during lunch, I see the guys playing football, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to go join the guys. She's like, you're going to hang out with your buddies instead of me? I'm like, yep. She's like, well, it's either them or me. And I'm like, okay, I choose football. So we broke up over that.
Sounds like football.
And then I remember going into the huddle, and I said, Tito, go deep. Tito went deep, fucking touchdown. Boop, boop. Second breakup that I can recall, or a breakup I can recall as well, is the girl that you guys probably heard about in the past where she had a deformed ear. This was in high school. She hid it from me.
You don't remember that?
Her hair down, and then one day I see her hair up, and I saw her fucked up ear. And I straight up told her I couldn't be with her because she had a fucked up ear. And little does she know, later in life I'd bang a fucking cripple. So that's another breakup. And then, right before I met Fausti and Bareback Avenger, I dated this Portuguese broad. And it was the first girl I dated after my future wife, which I'll get back to that one in a second. But I remember 30 minutes before I had to pick up my sister from school, her and I bang. And then I fucking leave her place and I start to go to the school to pick up my sister, and as I'm driving I can feel like this moisture in my pubes. I had used the condom, but my pubes were wet, so I put my fingers down there to see what was going on. And just because I'm a dude, I smelled my fingers, and boy oh boy was that the most rancid fucking smell I ever experienced of pussy. Well, second rancid. I'll tell you the first one another day. This is the second ranciest pussy I ever smelled. When I got back, I called her. I said, "Hey, I don't think we're gonna be dating anymore." And she asked me why. I really didn't give her an excuse. I pretty much told her I was seeing somebody else or talking to somebody else. But the truth was, she fucking had a stinky ass pussy. The breakup that killed me was when I dated my wife back when we were 18. Prior to this stinky pussy girl, she had gotten pregnant. This is what led up to the breakup. She had gotten pregnant. At the time, I was working at a grocery store at 4 in the morning. And around 3 in the morning, she calls my house and my mom answers and tells her, "Hey, I'm bleeding. I should go to the hospital. Could you take me?" And then my mom comes to my room. She's like, "Hey, I'm taking Priscilla to the hospital. She's bleeding, but it's normal. Don't worry about it. Go ahead and go to work. I'll take care of it." So I took my mom's advice and I went to work, and then little did I know, she miscarried. And she broke up with me because I wasn't there, man. I wasn't supportive, and it crushed my
That's unbelievable.
soul.
I'd be like, my mom told me to. What the fuck?
And then I broke up with. There was a girl I used to date. If you guys remember, she was a fucking Robertillo girl who wanted fucking sperm in her fucking tacos and shit. Anyways, we were on and off for years, long distance.
No grapes.
And we break up all the time. And then I started talking to my wife again years later. And I called this broad and said, "Hey, look, I'm breaking up with you. This is the last time. This is for good. We're not getting back together." It must have been a dozen times we got back together. I said, "This one's for good." And she's like, "Well, why?" And I was like, "Well, because I'm talking to my ex again. And I think it's going somewhere, so I don't want to, cheat on you, essentially, but it's over." Her question to me was, "Well, did you seek her out or did she seek you out?" And I said, "Well, I think I pretty much sought her out." So based on that, here comes the car. Sorry about that. Based on that, she's like, "Okay, yeah, we're done for good." And I was like, "All right, good, cool." And then her lasting comment to me was, "Who am I gonna find to eat pussy like you do?" That's what she was fucking worried about. And that right there is fucking high praise, gentlemen.
Pop collar and leave.
And that's it. I'm Rob Jeremy, and I just finished.
Any memorable breakups?
Not really. To be honest, I mean, the one, I think that's when we broke up. I remember, so my first long-term girlfriend I was with her for over a year, and it was like my first, right? So I was like 18. I just after high school. It was like from the end of high school into into college. And after a while, you start to think, I know this isn't going to be forever. And you're already thinking about, well, my next girlfriend and this and that, right? But you're with somebody, so you're already not one foot out the door, but you kind of just know this is for now, right?
Yeah.
And then I started talking to, not talking, but there was another girl at my work that was we exchanged numbers. We'd talk here and there, but she had a boyfriend too, so it was whatever, right? But I remember my girlfriend was at my house, and the girl from work called the house. And I picked it up. I was like, "Hey, yeah, let me call you later, right?" And so my girlfriend was like, "Well, who's that?" Just someone from work, no big deal. She's like, "What?" And I was like, at the same time, maybe this is my opening, to wake up, And I remember arguing outside, and she had drove her car over, and I remember she was getting mad at me, she threw did she have the key to my house? Why would she have the key?
Oh boy!
I remember she threw something at me, and I remember I kicked her fucking door on the side of her car.
Oh,
didn't put a big
fucking McMuffin. Oh man!
Yeah, no, I know what it is. She threw something at me, but I had her house key. That's what it was.
Oh,
because she, Rob saying clingy. Like I said, I'm 18, and I'd get off work at 10 o'clock from my job, and then it was like I would have to go to her house every night. Like it was expected. I have to go over there, even though it's like we'd hang out, maybe bone, but then it's like put her to bed. And then it was like I couldn't leave until she was like falling asleep. So she gave me her house key so I could let myself out and then lock the door.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that was like becoming too much.
Do for pussy like, sometimes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so that's why I knew after that where it was like you got to set like boundaries, where it's like you can't set the expectations like we're gonna hang out every day. I still to this day I remember even my now wife, when we first started dating, she was always like, how come we don't like hang out like every day? Because I remember it was like Monday we wouldn't hang out because I watched wrestling.
Yeah.
And it was like we'd hang out Tuesday, maybe Thursday, but then the weekend. So I know I had always made a point, never Monday, never Wednesday for sure.
Yeah, started early, yeah.
And then I think Sundays eventually we started playing baseball. So there was like my 3 days where I'm like, and I would always tell her like, well, you need to have your own time. Like we can't be spending every day. You get sick of each other. Still got to have your space, but you learn from shit like that.
It's funny. She actually texted me the other day going, because I said something about, I was talking about the cat with her, not Allie cat.
Yeah.
And I said, she's like, because I said the cat's more clingy to me, but I said, she's like, who spends more time? I said, well, we're both home all day usually. And she goes, you have a big house, but don't you want to fucking kill each other both being at the house? I was like, well, your retirement's gonna be fun with Fausty. But I was like, I go, no, she's upstairs at work and I'm downstairs somewhere fucking around. I'm like, whatever. Yeah. I go, not like we're in the same fucking room. So I go, now she went from she want to see you every 2 minutes to don't you want to kill each other in the same house. Times change. You realize after a while. Anything for you, Greggy boy?
Well, when Rob was talking about the stinky pussy, I had a similar incident with that. Except for I went twice just to give her a chance to wash up. Maybe
it was a bad day, right?
Exactly. Yeah. She was at the gym or some shit, right? I didn't even know. I knew she wasn't, but still, yeah. Like I went twice, and after the second time, I did the same as Rob. I was like, I'm kind of seeing someone else. I'm gonna go that way instead.
It stinks to high. I mean, Fausty, you knew the one from fucking Manteca. The fucking wallpaper curled off the walls from her fucking cunt. I never in my life. I was like, wow, that was fucking. It was bad. It was like scary bad. We go fuck. The weirdest breakup though, because I've been ghosted and shit. Thank you, Seth. Where it was, the girl was coming from. She lived in Hollister, but she worked in Santa Cruz. The whole plan was she was going to drive to my house after work. We're going to have dinner, all that kind of shit. I was making food or ordering food, right?
I remember this.
Fucking from talking the whole time, because I said it on the show because we used to talk about it.
Oh, yeah, I
show,
remember.
One of the Bellas, right?
Yeah.
And it was, are you on the way? Because it went from talking in the afternoon to then, let me know when you're on the way. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me you were talking about like making sure you got the right food or something like that because you were planning dinner. Yeah,
whatever the fuck. Yeah. So and on time for when she got there, it would be on time. And I'm like, you start to go, fuck, are you fucking dead? And I'm like, everything okay? Fucking never hear. And I'm like, just fucking dropped off the plant. And then I went to her Instagram. And literally, as I would, and I've never seen this ever, Faust. When you looked at the fucking cubes of everybody, all the pictures on Instagram, while I was looking at it, one loaded. I've never seen that ever. One pops on and they all moved. And I was like, she just took a fucking picture of herself at home.
Wow.
Smiling, fucking like, and I go, what the fuck is this? So I had called before. Never answered the phone. I called right after that, like the second she fucking did it. And I was like, so what the fuck is this? And I was just like, well, all right then. Never heard from her ever again. It just poof, went away.
And she never contacted you.
No, never ever again.
Bizarre.
It was crazy weird because I'm like,
give a reason or anything. It's weird.
No, and was an official girlfriend, which is even more bizarre. So it was just poof. I'm just not talking anymore. From no argument, nothing. From I'm on my way to the house.
Yeah, Jesus.
I'm like, okay, well, God bless you. So
not related to me, but you guys were talking about stinky pussies. Kev, you actually mentioned her on Cavalier Thoughts a few weeks ago about the girl that you Peter-in-laws with. No, Peter-in-laws with the Bareback Avenger.
Oh, okay. Yes. I was like, no, I talked about Peter-in-law, but that was Crash Holly Peter-in-law.
Yeah.
Bareback Avenger.
Because I remember she was cool. She'd hang out, like we would go bowling on Tuesday nights and she would come.
Yeah.
We were playing softball and she would come out and watch us play softball. They were like dating, but they weren't they were like together. But I remember I think we went to go play softball or something, and Bareback was like, yeah, I had to call it off with her. We're like, what happened? Like, I thought she was cool. And he goes, I don't know, dude. I was just hitting it from the back, and just the smell of her asshole. He goes, just turn me off. And if I remember correctly, I think he said he like faked a nut just to get it over with because he was like just like disgusted. And then that was it. But he never like called it off with her. He just stopped talking to her.
Disappeared too.
Yeah. So the funniest part where I'm involved, which I thought was hilarious, is we went and played softball. We get back to his house, and there's a note on his car because we took his roommate's car. His roommate's name was Matt. So it basically just said,
I do remember that.
Basically like saying you're an asshole for not giving me
fuck you.
Fuck you. By the way, tell Fausty and Matt I said hi.
Die. I hope your family dies. I hope you're all fucking choked to death. By the way, tell them I said hi.
Yeah, my regards.
That's fucking hilarious. What's funny is I remember he said that too, and I heard that story.
Did he ask you about it later? You found out like
yes, he did. And it and I said the funny thing was it was the cleanest woman I had ever been with at that fucking point. I go, there was not a fucking drop of a scent. It smelled like water. There was never a fucking nothing with her, which that's why I was like,
she had a bad day.
Oh, there must have not been toilet paper in the fucking place when you went in there. I'm like, what the fuck? Blowjobs every fucking. Remember, I videotaped her.
Yeah.
Blowing me 5 times in the same fucking night, in the same sitting practically. It was where we watched a movie. She blew me 5 times during the fucking movie.
Jesus,
I was like, yeah, I remember she finished. She goes,
I don't remember.
She goes, are you tired yet? And I go, yeah, I wish I knew the movie. And I was tired yet? And I go, no. And it was a horror in a high desert. And she was like, oh, good, because I'm not done yet. And I'm like, and then she waited another fucking 20, go right back to it. I'm like, good Lord. So, yeah, she was a good girl. And then she got fucking pregnant eventually by somebody after I was fucking done. And the kid's probably fucking 30 by now. I don't know. He's in his 20s. He's in his 20s for sure.
20s. That was early 2000s.
He's in his 20s. Yeah, I know. I'm like, yikes. So let's get it, Faust. I say let's make this a free show, the whole show. So you don't need to edit shit.
All right.
Go right into it. Let's get into our NFL picks, Faust. Do you have what happened in the conference, which I fucked myself going big time? I tried to reach for a couple things. On ours, where we were different was, of course, you were different on the Niner one. Different on, I'm the only one went on San Diego, which, of course, last second, of course, fuck, I'm like, unbelievable. And then you had New Orleans, and we had the Giants. So you're out to a decent lead. I think Greg is up 4 on me. I think you're up maybe 8 on me from memory. Yeah, so. But hey, I win us money when I pick spreads and all that, so that's okay.
Yeah, you weren't the only one that went crazy on the confidence.
You have to now.
Rob got 1, 2, 3, 4 correct. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You had like 8 correct, but you were still at the bottom.
Bad order. Yeah, I was gonna say it's just the wrong order. Like the ones I lost, I put up at the top. That was the problem. So
yeah,
like I had the Bears for the 15 because I go, nobody's gonna say the Bears for 15 or whatever the fuck it was. No, I put them at 1 minus the top. I put another 1 at the top.
You did 13.
Yeah. Who did I have in the top? San Diego then?
How many games were last week?
It was another reach.
No, that was the highest. 13.
Oh, the Bears won?
Yeah.
I said fuck it then, I guess.
And then 12 Eagles, 10 Lions. Where's your 11?
Yeah, the Lions were, because I
Chargers.
saw. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do with them. I know a lot of people were iffy on the back and forth with Green Bay and them because of the injuries, so I thought I could sneak up.
Okay, so confidence pool last week, which was week 14. Dolphin Talk Mike, 79. The Sauce, 77. Creepy Crutchfield and El Patron, 76. Fausty Walnut, 75. Greg, 61. Cav, 51. So for the season, CJ still got a comfortable 31-point lead.
Very nice. He's coasting. He needs to play defense.
All he has to do really is
don't
just
make crazy picks high.
Exactly. Make who you think's going to win and just don't get crazy. So he's got
the slam dunks you put to the top.
He's got 1250, Bush 1219, Sauce 1202, Patron 1198, Butcher Malone 1177. I'm at 1174. Sixth place, Cav 1093 and 12th. So I thought Greg had passed you. He's at 1056.
No, you said he was. You go, oh, Greg's going to catch you, but it really wasn't that close or something. But
yeah, yeah.
I'm going to suggest to everybody playing, if you want to catch CJ, the only way you can't be comfortable at this point with this. I mean, if he's up 30, I don't think anybody should play straight except for him because he's going to be picking high on the slam dunks just the same way you will be picking high on a slam dunk. So you put your slam dunks at 1 and 2 and you put your fucking iffies up high because that's the only way you'll fucking, and that you'll still
got what, 4 weeks left?
That's it. 4 to go. We're fucking done. You have the games that we're fucking having this week because I do not have it in front of me.
Let me get a piece of paper so I can new piece of paper so I can write all the
there you go
shiz down.
So I know Thursday.
This is week 14. No, 15.
Thursday we have your boys. We have the Niners being at home versus the LA Rams. I'm shocked that I don't even know how to fucking go about the point spread because I think it was I looked at it today because I had to do the show.
I got
it was like 2.5, right?
2.5, yeah.
Yeah. Which I go, I don't know if you want to put craziness because they beat the Bears, but the Rams just beat the fucking Bills who beat the fucking Niners. But the Niners kind of own the Rams. And it's at home. Is anyone coming back? Anyone healthy yet?
Greenlaw.
I know you're down to your fifth fucking running back at this point or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, was it Patrick Taylor Johnson or Jr. or something?
I don't know about Bosa. I know they got Greenlaw back on defense will help because their other linebackers are not
I think they said Bosa and Williams are questionable, so I don't know if
they've been questionable the last couple of weeks. So
exactly.
I wouldn't,
I'll go with the Niners because they're at home.
I'm going with the Niners too.
Ownage
is ownage. They've had the Rams number for years. I mean, they lost them on bullshit when the Niners should have won this year. In LA.
That playoff game too.
I don't care. Regular season. Outside of that week.
That's what I said on my show. I said they own them except when it was to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, that was Jimmy. Let's see. Yeah, I'm taking the Niners.
I'll take the Niners too.
All right. Next, we have Chiefs at the Browns.
Oh, you know what? This is where I think, and I think the point spread was it 3.5 or 4?
It's 4.5.
And I said this will be the one time. This will be finally the Chiefs will beat the point spread. I think the Chiefs fucking win, and actually finally fucking really win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Taking the goddamn Chiefs.
Yeah, I'll take the Chiefs.
Okay, so we're all on the chefs.
Yeah, see, they brought back that commercial.
Yeah.
The chefs, they brought that back from.
Yeah.
Okay, Bungles. Who was the Bungles team? Was that Team Bart last night?
It was.
Yes.
But meanwhile, they put Homer's face in we checking to see if y'all still them boys.
Yeah.
Which made no sense to me. I go, why is not Bart's face there?
Mm-hmm.
You fucking. Who are they playing?
Bengals at Titans.
Oh, I think I know. I think I know what it is, so I won't spoil. Do you know, Faust, or are you looking at it right there?
I'm not looking at it.
I got it.
I think the Bengals are probably favored by like 2.5.
I thought it's 4.5.
Yeah, it's 4.5.
Yeah. I would take the Bengals here to win the game, of course.
Same.
Yeah, I'll take the Bengals. That's
okay.
Titans.
I might actually. This might be one of my pick sixes. You got to go Bengals to win by more than 4.5 against the fucking Titans. Come on.
Next, we got Cobra Commanders versus the Saints.
Oh, Carr's gonna be out still. There, you got fucking what string is in there at this fucking point? The Commanders got to be favored by fucking 6.5.
I think Taysom Hill, is he still out? Or
no, Taysom Hill's out
he's
for the
fucking.
year.
Yeah, he's done. He got killed.
Yeah, I think he blew a guy.
Yeah. And now
Who's my knee
fucking Carr's out too. So is Julie Hayner's kid fucking in there then?
Oh,
where he gone?
Yeah,
because what the fuck?
Let's see.
I don't think he's actually.
Car's
doing it,
questionable, but
Carr had a broke. He's got a broken fucking hand.
I know, but
questionable.
He's on ESPN.
So he's supposed
it says
to
questionable.
I mean,
it's not throwing
even
him.
though you go, yeah, it's your other. Yeah, but how the fuck are you holding anything? And then if someone sacks you, you're gonna fall on that again.
Right.
It's not like you're just throwing and being okay.
Yeah, and like you're in the run for the division, let alone the fucking Super Bowl. So just fucking pack it up.
Yeah, it would be Hayner because their third is Rattler.
Oh
Rattler's not there anymore. He's in fucking Oakland, as we say.
Oh
no, that's Ritter. Sorry,
Ritter. I was like, wait a minute.
Jesus Christ, Ritter and
John
Rattler.
Ritter?
Fucking Christ. Yeah. So yeah, Commander's got to fucking win. Like I said, I think it's.
I agree.
Yeah.
Same.
What did I say? 7 or 6.5?
I forgot what you said, but it's 7.
Okay.
Nice. All right, Ravens at Giants. All together now.
Oh, fuck. All together now.
What's the
only
spread?
question is, what's the spread?
Yeah.
I will say.
I'll say 7. Also,
13.
Then. Oh,
it's 14.5.
Oh, shit.
I was still wrong. I was still low. Fuck. Can it be? Can they do it by that much? Doesn't seem crazy, but is there that backdoor bullshit where they're up by that much and they just fucking kick a field goal somewhere?
Well, it's like 30. It's gonna be like 27 to fucking 10. You know.
You would figure it's kind of going to be Niners versus Bears score. Like, just keep on walking down the field on them.
Yeah,
and
but
scoring.
the Giants don't even have the skilled positions like the Bears do, so they're not going to score shit.
Yeah, they might not score at all. Fuck. All right, what do we got?
Next would be Cowboys at Panthers.
Cowboys finally get a win here, and that's when I gotta eat a chocolate covered hot dog, Faust. I don't get. I'm gonna lose this bet to Rob.
Oh,
for sure.
How many wins are the Bears at?
4.
Oh, and the Cowboys have 5.
Rob's got 5. Yeah, so I was like, maybe there'd be a tie eventually, but there's no. The Cowboys got it easier now, and the Bears. Tell me where the sitting spot is. It's Vikings, Lions, Seahawks, and Packers. Where are they going to win? They're not going to win any games now. I thought Seahawks would be the easier one to get, but at this point, I don't know if they're going to get any. Get the Packers at the end. I'll be fine.
Wow, I just saw the spread.
I know.
What's the game again? Fucking COVID got me. What was it?
Cowboys at Panthers.
You know what? Panthers aren't as garbage anymore. I will say 4.5.
Who?
Oh no, the Cowboys.
Nope.
No.
2.5 Panthers.
Are you telling how much? 2.5?
Yeah.
Wow.
ESPN.
There's no way.
Yeah,
There's no way.
ESPN had it open at 1.5, and now it's 2.5.
I cannot. Oh, that might be something to do for money line to have the Cowboys to win. Oh my God! But
Plus
not a lot of money.
116.
You know what? Put tens on that. I'm down. You down for tens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money line Cowboys.
If they were at home, I'd say the Panthers, but since they're away, I'd say the Cowboys.
Oh,
no,
it's
Panthers
in
are
Dallas.
home. No, the Panthers.
No,
are
I mean
home.
like if they're playing in Dallas. If they're
I see
that's
what you're
funny.
saying because the Cowboys
That's
can't
funny.
win at home.
Yeah, they've been doing
Jesus
very
Christ.
They
poor.
won one game. They won a game at home.
They won a game.
A game.
So yeah, I'm down for $10 on them.
All right.
How many am I up by on the season?
You're up by a lot. No, he's up by a lot.
I'll
He's
pick
up,
the Panthers.
You're up by 4 on me, Greg.
I'll be the Cowboy hater and pick the Panthers.
Okay.
Hey, I'll take the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Moving on. Jets at Jaguars. Battle of the 3 and 10.
Now, my whole thing was that Rodgers can't win in Florida. So now this breaks my fucking thing because I go, Mac Jones is playing. That whole fucking thing is hurt. Fucking Miami's way better than fucking the Jagoffs, and they almost beat Miami. I will go with the Jets to win this. Point spread.
Jets too.
Point spread, fucking 2.5 Jets.
I'll go 1.5 Jets. I haven't seen it.
It's 3.5 Jets.
You know what? I should have known. I did the show today, and I said 3.5 scares me because they'll win by a fucking field goal, and you fucking lose. So I'm like, I don't trust. I can't trust
that Russ Tucker fucking line. Oh
yeah,
over 3.5 at home. You take the home team.
Yeah.
Who you taking, Greg?
I'll take the Jets. But yeah, I think they just win by like 1 or 2 points.
Fish at Texans.
I think the Texans were favored here when I saw it. But I'm like, really? I don't know. I will take the Fish to fucking win this. And I think, God, was it 2.5?
Yeah, 2.5.
There you go.
Yeah, the Miami's turning it on finally. I don't know if they'll make the playoffs, but the Texans have they've been underwhelming this year compared to last year. So I can see that, but I will go with Houston because they're at home.
I will also take. Here, I haven't played anything, so I'm busy writing.
This is Planet Houston.
There you go.
And you got the Dolphins, Kev?
I do.
All right. Moving on. Colts.
That's what I should put up to 15 on my fucking things. That's what I got to do.
There you go.
There you go.
We got the horses versus the horseshoes. Colts at Broncos.
Yes, I will say the Broncos, and I say the Broncos are favored by 7.5.
I'll take the Broncos. I'll say 6.5.
Yeah, I think it should be about 5.5, 6.5, but it's Broncos 3.5.
Wow.
And they're playing in Denver. You got an indoor team and outdoor team. It's going to be fucking freezing. Denver's not pushover. But yeah, 3.5. I'll take Denver though.
Okay, we're all there. Bills at Lions. This should be a good game.
Oh yes.
Fuck. Super Bowl preview.
They're at the Lions, so the Lions win.
Yeah, I'll take the Lions.
1.5.
That sounds about right.
It is 1.5. And I'll take the Lions because the Bills they're already in. They're going to be 2 seed, 3 seed. They can coast the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you think they're really not going to play like they give a fuck?
No, they will. But I mean, if they lose, not the end of the world for them.
Yeah. Well, what's their record?
They already clinched the division, so
yeah. But I'm thinking one
division
seed.
ain't shit, but
KC's only got 1 loss, so they're 2 games behind.
Yeah. But they beat KC, so they're really not 2 games behind.
Right.
They have the tiebreaker.
If they tie, they got.
Steelers at Eagles. 10-3 Steelers. 11-2
Battle of the State. I will go with the Eagles.
I'll take the Eagles. They've been hot.
Eagles play up to whoever they have. That's the problem with them. They fucking took the foot off. It's Carolina. Meanwhile, if Leggett fucking doesn't drop a fucking ball, that's a touchdown. I'm like, oof. I would say 3.5 Eagles.
I'll say the same.
It's 5.5 Eagles.
Ooh.
I think
this is where
think
it's going to be. It's like anytime you think, oh, Pittsburgh's going to show us that they're shit, they keep on fucking doing. You're like, man, I'm waiting for like that game where you go, see, they got handed to them now. This is what they are, you know. But
Greg, who are you taking?
I'll take the Eagles, but I do like Pittsburgh with the points, though.
3-10 Patriots at 6-7 Cardinals.
Go with the Cardinals here. It's the Patriots are horrible. They can only beat other horrible teams. I would say this is a fucking 6.5 points.
I'll say 7.5.
It's very close, Cav. 5.5.
Ooh.
And yeah, I'll take the Cardinals. They're at home. The
Cardinals got to blow them out, I think.
They're going to bounce back from last week.
7-6 Buccaneers at 8-5 Chargers.
At the Chargers is the rough fucking part about. You know what? It's funny that you look at that record. I thought the Bucs had a much better record than it was. It seems like they can't lose.
It's like they started hot.
They're like they always. Yeah, I'm like, well, where the fuck is the losses? Because they beat fucking Detroit. And as bad as Atlanta's looked, they're only one behind.
Yeah.
I'll go with Tampa Bay. There ain't no home field over there.
I'll take San Diego.
I'll say San Diego's favored by 2.5.
I agree.
They're favored by 3, and I will take the Chargers, just like Faust.
Yeah.
All right. 9-4 Packers at 8-5 Seattle.
God, this is a fucking motherfucker. I do know the point spread here, unless it's changed. But I'm like, God, this is a fucking as hot as Seattle has been lately. That's the problem. It's like Packers are better though, but they've been fucking hot. I'll take the Packers though, and hope I'm fucking wrong.
Well, I'll take the Packers
to
I
win.
will be rooting for them. But then again, if the Niners lose Thursday, it probably won't matter.
Yeah, you need them to stumble, and you need to win out.
Yep.
Well, you got Detroit too, right?
Yeah, I think
eventually.
Yeah.
Almost second to last, right? That could be really fucking something. Greg?
What you thinking, Greg?
Shit. Yeah,
what's the spread, by the way?
They've been putting a bunch in a row. The spread right now is Packers minus 2.5.
Oh, I saw it at 3. It was this morning.
Yeah, but it might change even more because a lot of more money's coming on the Packers. So hey now, so it might drop down to 2. But the Packers minus
we're almost 50 years old. But
I'll take the Pack.
Okay.
Blow, Pack, blow.
Go Pack, go to fuck home.
And that's the Sunday night game. 2 Monday night games.
2 of them, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, these marquee teams. We got the Bears 4-9 at 11-2 Vikings.
Yeah. Obviously the Vikings. I know it's 7 points. Which I said I would not bet either way. I have no idea because it's like a brand new fucking team now. I the way it looks, I'd lean more to the Vikings to be able to, take them out. But I don't know. I don't know what the new coordinator that's in there.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah,
like it could be a push, even though I'm like, that's ugly.
See another blowout too, though.
Yeah, I could see them being close, or I could see it being blowout.
Yeah,
6 touchdowns by Darnold.
Shit. I'm like, is there going to be a high? Is Jefferson going to be by himself? They forget to cover him this time?
Or Hawkinson. It'd be Hawkinson, right?
It'll be Hawkinson by himself. They ignore tight ends, apparently. That's what they do. And then they get tight ends who can't catch a ball in the end zone. That's what they do.
I'm taking the Vikings, Greg, I assume.
Yeah, Vikings.
And the other Monday night game, here's a slobber knocker. 6-7 Falcons at 2-11 Las Vegas.
I think this is going to be a beating. And I think the Falcons will fucking, although this is a fucking revenge game for Ritter. There you go. I think the Falcons need to keep up. So with Tampa Bay, they're only one behind. They can't fucking keep losing. And now it's a garbage team with a third guy in there. They fucking the Falcons fucking win. And I think it was only 4.5.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep, 4.5.
Yeah, I think I would take the Falcons to cover.
I'm taking the Falcons, Greg.
Yeah, the Raiders asked Ritter. So tell us about the Falcons offense. Like, you saw me play. I don't know shit.
He goes, I know there's a lot of guys open, but doesn't mean you get thrown.
I'll take the Falcons.
Okay. All right, kids, we are done with this show. We're going to go over to the extra side. Patreon.com/Lingus Mafia. Get all of your wants and needs over there, your wrestling shows, your bonus shows, all that fun stuff is over there. So we'll leave you and bid you adieu. Everything is at Lingus Mafia. Greg, why don't you tell us? You don't ever tell us each week, and we beg you for the information. What about a show that you do?
Cold Brew Podcast every Friday. Drink beer, review it,
Houston.
talk about beer news. And then
I was like, you just hit the wrong fucking. I'm like, what does that have to do with a beer?
Did we drink Houston beer this time? I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, like Planet Houston beer. That's so nice.
What's the number one brewery in Houston?
Zod's Palace.
Yes, there you go.
Zod's Cold Brew. There's the name of your show,
Zod's
Greg.
Pale Ale.
Zod's Cold. There you go. None of this brew anymore with a weird name. We gotta go. Zod's Pale Ale, a spin-off of the Cold Brew Podcast.
Yeah, Neil before Zod.
There you go. And give me a nice blowjob. All right, very good. We'll look for you, Greg, in all the things that you might be doing. I heard you were doing video soon.
Yeah. I got the Streamlabs coming up. In fact, this weekend we're doing me and a couple of beer influencers. We're watching Nosferatu, the silent movie.
The old Nosferatu.
Yeah,
what's going to pair well with that?
I don't know.
The
whatever.
new movie Nosferatu.
We're looking for a drinking game to drink beer to while we watch it and laugh. I started watching like the first 5 minutes. It's fucking hysterical.
I was gonna say every time you laugh, you got to take a drink.
And then, because then next month, then we're gonna follow up with the new one. We're gonna all go out to the movies and do like a little recap of how we thought the two compared.
So, what are you gonna do with the videos? Yeah, that's brand new. On Christmas Day, it's released, which is a very good Christmas movie to have out.
I don't get that either.
Yeah, like what? Okay, lovely Christmas holiday. Where are you going to be airing these videos? Is it just for like TikTok pieces and shit like that, or
no? I'm going to actually put it on, connected to YouTube. So I do have a YouTube channel, and I do have some. I do have some videos on there that my friend Amanda and I have done before with the Friday the 13th one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, how's she look, Greg?
Red hair, big eyes,
right?
2 eyes.
No, big eyes, like big eyes. I said that's.
She said red hair, 2 eyes.
No, big eyes.
She got a nose,
mouth,
a couple teeth in there somewhere.
Knocked a few of them out with my horse cock.
No, she's a good looking redhead. She a ginger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had your way?
No, I've met her once, but no, she's married.
Oh well, that's okay. Nobody needs to know. All right, kids, we're out of here. Remember, I can do anything I want because my dad is dead. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
You're either Lingus or against us.
And together, we're assholes.
Best podcast in the world.
I am the best on this microphone. Nobody can touch me.
Yours truly.
I'm done. Show's over. Good day. Fade to black.